Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That is me, the Babbler. That is me on this evolutionary uprise of a high at this time. And so, listening to spirits, I am feeling a channeling coming through, and here I am bringing it to you. So thank you for tuning in with me. I was actually going to take a nap for it has sure been an emotionally charged but yet clearing kind of day, especially in regards to communication in every kind of way. So I know that we cannot blame the planets or the influences all around, because we all should be held accountable for, our own thoughts, feelings, actions, and consciousness that we bring to any table. And so I want to be mindful of this and not, allow myself to find another outlet of pointing fingers to navigate away from the work that I too must do and put in every single day, especially when it comes into my own evolutionary reigns of game that, mindful I am of the work that needs to be put in, my friends, as we all are. And so with that being said, I'm just, following Spirit's call, because channeler I am in every kind of way that is allowing myself to further trust in this inner navigate of a system that exists beyond this 3D realm of existence that is a major part of many of our resistance, because we tend to only take what appears to be on the surface as our ultimate reality, when so many things exist beneath the veil, underneath the surface. So I feel compelled once again to randomly turn a page in the Living the Wisdom of the Tao, the Complete Tao Te Ching, and affirmations, to begin with that, and then also a power thought card. And then I feel gravitated towards this other beautiful, one of my newer decks that I got, that I have here. I just want to say the proper name of it too, my dears, because that's important. And as you can see, I've just been it is the Sacred Geometry of Activations Oracle. And if you find yourself here on this page, on this channel, take what resonates and let go what doesn't. And by all means, share, like, comment, subscribe, and tune in to these channels that are divine. Also, make sure to check me out on at Instagram. I'm there plenty at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS, and also on my blog, enchantingbabble.blogspot.com. I am very active there too. And without further ado, here comes the random page turner up. The 37th verse. How interesting, for I am 37 years young on this earthly domain. The Tao does nothing but leaves nothing undone. The Tao does nothing but leaves nothing undone. Okay? If powerful men could center themselves in it, the whole world would be transformed by itself in its natural rhythms. When life is simple, pretenses fall away. Our essential natures shine through. By not wanting, there is calm, and the world will straighten itself. When there is silence, one finds the anchor of the universe within oneself. Which is interesting, because it makes me think about when we hold things in, and we do not communicate clearly or truthfully out loud, you know, we suppress certain things somehow, and that anchor, that weight that feels burdening, you know, or just we allow it to marinate and fester and create disruptions in our daily doses of living because we do not communicate this in this kind of way. And you know, it's kind of like that drainage, that suppression to our throat chakras too. And it's just like, okay, what am I anchoring to, you know? So I just think that if there's anything that feels heavy, big lesson to be learned for me even today is to communicate that in any kind of way. You know, we have creative outlets that allow us to self-express, sometimes in the ways that we may not be, I'm trying to find the perfect word for it, don't mind me guys, because I'm a little bit sleepy too today. Just, you know, whenever I deal with an emotionally charged kind of day, a nap goes a long way. So if you find yourself not able to better express, and maybe you have creative outlets that you use to allow you to express yourself too, understand that the seeds that brews and breeds still has that lingering effect of that communication that is not released fully in the way that is of most healing for you. Because sometimes we just need to communicate the things to either another person or to ourselves, you know, and just allow ourselves to, oh, here we go, release all fears and doubts, especially when they anchor in and weigh us down. I now choose to free myself from all destructive fears and doubts. I accept myself and create peace in my mind and heart. I am loved and I'm safe. And how beautiful when we can anchor away in this kind of leveling of inner standing for our understanding, for our overstanding, and to be able to beautifully communicate with those that we love and care for. You know, our truths, releasing all fears and doubts, understanding that we are safe and we are loved in our communications. You know, it may take a while in our lifetime to find that harmony with others, to be able to better communicate for ourselves the communication that we need to for ourselves in our world. But once you do find that set, that your tribe, these others that allow for that leveling of expression to be expressed in a healthy, vibrant way, you know, it goes a long way. But what will go even further is when you can communicate that way to yourself first, to avoid all further conflict and stuff, you know? So these are beautiful cards, and I'm thankful that I just keep allowing myself to push past my own doubts and my own fears that keep me stuck in some state of stagnation that does not serve me in any kind of way, because that's not the kind of life any of us want to live any of the kind of days, like, you know, for all of our ways. So I am going to shuffle, and just, this is a general read of just if you find yourself here, this is a timeless seed of a messaging that is here for you in whatever way, shape, and form that you need. That is just here to help further support you in your own synchronistic line that brings you here at this time, you know? So these cards are beautiful, and what they are is they are like activation cards that allow you to further align with yourself, and they're designed to help open your mind to new perspectives, and new perspectives can create for you a new reality. So it's all about I want you to see how beautiful they are. Fertility. 27. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were ever before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. This ties beautifully with the communication that is just on the forefront for this message right now. To allow ourselves to be fertile on these grounds, to be able to find our courage, our boldness, our truth, to be able to blast through any blockages, any fears, any doubts that, may cause us to shy away or not communicate in the way that we can and we should, because we want to. It feels good. It feels good to be able to say what you want to say. Say it in every way, And so it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So when the long dark days of winter finally give way to the arrival of a new season, for spring is here, all of existence responds in glorious expression. The voices of songbirds fill the air, a hint of green appears on trees and plants, and people walk with a little more bounce in their step, a smile on their faces. Spring. It's great that I read this card because we are in spring at this time, although this message is timeless. Spring is a time of fertility, when all of existence is bursting with the potential of new life, a time of expansion and promise. We see it around us in the outer world, and we feel it inside of us in the inner world. It feels like a grand yes is breathed over us and into us from everywhere. Usually, fertility refers to the ability to produce offspring. In the new energy, we are invited to consider fertility as the potential to grow something new and inspiring, an idea, a project, a new paradigm. The blues and greens in the image refer to the fertile grounds on which something new can grow. The clouds remind us of the spiritual aspects of the fertility concept, like the birth of a new consciousness. The squares represent the form-based reality of our earth-bound life while we are here. The bright flower shape at the top represents our connection to source. The sphere shape at the bottom, our connection to earth, equally as bright yet different. The beauty of flowers is a reminder of how wonderful life can be when expressed fully and free. I release all fears and doubts and allow myself to communicate freely, in love, with love, for love. With joy, for joy, in joy. Said it right. Don't mind me, sleepy as that at this overly emotional paradigm shifting of a time. So try this. Take a moment to go inside yourself and contemplate your fertility. What are you ready to give birth to? Are there any great and inspiring ideas that you have been holding inside? What is it that you want to contribute to this world? Make a list of all the things you want to accomplish. Writing down our goals in a clear, concise kind of way where it is manageable in every kind of way. I tell you, I like to do things in 3, 6, 9s. I find that ever since I started implementing that kind of strategy in my own life, I, who is in a scatterbrain in every kind of way, who is not more of the strategic kind that has so many, even though I may look like it to others at times, because I write a lot of things down. I have my planner, I have, you know, I write things, I make lists, I do all that kind of stuff. To stick to that in a consistent manner, I have lacked in my time my own kind of discipline of making sure that I stick to a certain kind of regimen to ensure that certain things that I want to get done gets done. But I find that the more that I make it simplistic, which is something too that is of not like me, because I am nowhere near as simple as can be. I am very much a creative in every kind of way, so eccentric, and some might even say like colorful, and just like a roller coaster ride of like making something that can be so simple. So like what the fudge did she just do, when she could have just made it simple like this: 1 + 1 = 2, but I'm over here 1 + 1 = 5. You know what I mean? So I find that for someone like I, who is on that kind of like, you know, ultimate high, that when I at least target my goals, because fertile is I, creative is I in every kind of way, when I structure it in a more simplistic kind of way, I get a lot more things done. Sometimes, you know, I still have my little, you know, tailspin of adventures where I'll make a list, and that list gets done a month or two later, because I made 9 more lists that I tended to before the first one that I made, you know. But that's part of me being an eccentric creator, that I have so many ideas and so many things that I want to work on and do, and I start one thing here, and I start one thing here, and I start one thing here. And so, you know, I have like 100 projects started at one time. So I've been working on that. Oh my nail, that's from the lighting. That's actually from that bothered me. I'm sorry. That must be like, you know, just I'm a little anal. I don't like dirty nails. So you know, I found my own strategy that has helped me to complete a lot more other things. So if you find yourself, you know, unable to complete certain tasks, or be able to get into like your own creative lands and get something tackled, you know, start small. You can even write, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality that you give to anything. It's just like anything that you go to do. You can do it for 1 minute of quality spent time and build on that 1 minute. Or you can try it for 30 and suck at it, and then be hard on yourself because you didn't complete the 30 minutes and kick yourself in the ass for it. You know what I mean? But you did one full quality filled minute of, like, let's say yoga. And then every day you add 1 minute to it. 2 minutes this day, 3 minutes this day, 4 minutes this day. And then build gradually from there, as opposed to starting an hour. I want to do this for an hour. I want to do, like, you know, sit-ups, crunches, freaking pull-ups, push-ups. I want to go to the gym. I'm going to stay in the gym for an hour and then walk out in an hour, or like 10 minutes, you know, instead of, you know, just starting so basic. You know, basic in your approach, so that way, you know, when you do complete the simple part of your task, you pat yourself on the back like, you know what, I did that. And so, you know, just that's part of mindfulness living, is knowing who you are, when you are, where you are, and then working with yourself lovingly in that kind of way, so that you can accomplish the things that you set out for yourself to do in every kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't mean to get into like all lecture mode and like stuff like that, but you know, that was the card that was pulled, and you know, We are releasing all fears and doubts and communicating, you know, what this is all about. So here we go. I saw this when I was mid-shuffling. Universal love, okay? The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and I'm gonna charge my phone, and to the whole of existence itself. Okay, hold on, I'm taking a sip of my coffee. And turning to the message of this card. After this will be my final message for this evening. Love is probably the most sought after, mysterious, I'm so tired, I read that word so bad. Indeterminate and fulfilling feeling that a human can experience. Forgive me. Its mystery surely derives from the fact that we cannot really describe or define what it is. Is it energy? Is it an emotion? Perhaps it is simply the glue that binds everything together. Whatever it is, we know without a doubt when we feel loved and when we love. As vibrational beings, we hold a frequency that aligns with the frequency of our thoughts and our emotions. And from that vibrational point of attention, we attract everything else into our reality. Love is one of the highest of frequencies. When we are in a state of love, we easily attract circumstances and people into our reality that are aligned with that frequency. Human beings are capable of feeling deep compassion and love, not just for one another, but for all of life in general. How do you describe what a parent feels toward their child, or how friends feel toward each other, or the love between siblings, among family members, for pets, or even the way we feel about our planet and its inhabitants? Love is a powerful force that drives our actions, motivates our behaviors, and can change the course of our lives. And perhaps the very reason that we are capable of such deep feelings is that nothing fuels our desire for change and evolution more than the love that we are able to feel. When we remember that everyone and everything is connected to the same source, we can overcome any perceived differences and join our power toward a more conscious reality, one based on love. Yes, we can. The deep blue background represents the universe, the space in which all exist. Flowers have been traditionally used to express love, affection, admiration, and intention. The flower of life represents the grid on which our three-dimensional world is based. Red represents the physical plane and the passion we feel when we love. The flower in the middle refers to the 1,000-petaled lotus, a symbol for the crown chakra and our connection to source and universal knowledge. The color green, my ears are like pumping. The color green indicates an open heart that is capable of love and compassion. Close your eyes and breathe. Can you feel your connection to source? Walk outside and try to feel that connection to the plants and trees around you. Everything on this planet is made of the same universal loving energy. Can you feel that universal love when you pet an animal, hug a tree, or play with a child? Try it today. What's coming to my mind about the amplification of just like our senses too, because remember I said I was going to be talking about a lot of our heightened sensitivities and just the experience, so that, you know, those of you that are experiencing a lot of heightened senses and heightened states of consciousness, of awareness, of maybe certain things that you are able to pick up on, that is like just amplified, whether it's like your hearing, your sight, taste. You know, it's not like tripping on an acid or taking a mushroom or anything like that. This is completely sober, and although it can intensify if you do take anything outside of the elements to try to experience some kind of form of euphoria, or like some kind of experience that allows you to experience such a like a ayahuasca kind of state. I tell you now that ayahuasca is no match for the things that I experience naturally. But the amplification of hearing. Now, that might happen for some of you, especially when you hear others talking, or maybe you're talking or channeling in some kind of way and everything becomes loud. Your ears might pump some kind of vibrational sound, and they might ring or beep or get heavy. They might feel heavier, or you feel like you can pick up on a lot of things. Or maybe you can hear 5 houses down, or maybe you can hear what's going on around the whole entire building, which is, you know, something is just amplified. It's like your ears. Your ears feel like they're pulsating. You know, pick up on that. You're tapping into a universal kind of energy, of a kind of a sound, a kind of thing. Is like animals hear stuff like that. Pay attention. If you have pets or animals, and let's say that happens to you, I'm going with the vibration of the ears right now. I know I spoke about the ears in another video and stuff like that, but the ears just keep coming up because maybe some of you are even feeling your ears get hot or something like that. Or maybe when I speak, sometimes you know, whoa, it can create others. If it's happened to me many times before, some people feel like when they're in my presence and I start speaking or I start channeling, they see me like shine bright, or like for some it could even be overwhelming, you know, especially if they're resisting the kind of channeling that is happening at that time, or you know, they're not so open to the oceanic depths that kind of leveling of like knowledge and just channeling can bring onto the surface, because we are all an ocean of water in every kind of way. So the permanence of that is everlasting. Okay, there are going to be many things that we're going to experience, heightened levels of sensitivity, but the ears, the pulsating of the ears, there's a message in that. Be very clear. Pay attention to what's around you. If you have pets that are around you and you start feeling that vibration, see, a lot of the times when I'm experiencing that, all of a sudden my cats will come running to me because they sense that with me. Or if my cats are near me, you know, they say cats rule, dogs drool, or whatever the case may be. Dogs are sensitive too, but cats are a little bit more heightened in that kind of development. So you can, like, it's just like the other video that I made when I was talking about when I woke up in the night and me and Andromeda were following something flying around in my room. Whatever she saw and whatever I saw, perception is, you know, our own realities and stuff like that. I'm sure she saw the more open experience of what it actually all was. It is a gift in every kind of way. Don't be afraid to experience such a thing. It's not a fear. Fear causes you to think of it in a horror movie kind of way. Just remember that's part of our conditioning. So to be able to channel that in, and to be able to tune in to when it's happening to you, allow for whatever visions, whatever knowledge, whatever truth is going to come to you. Speak out loud and to say, okay, I'm tapped in right now. I feel my ears. What is this trying to tell me right now? My ears are hot, they're ringing, they're burning. I'm picking up on, like, you know, just like this pulsating feeling, or I can hear things a lot more clearly. Oh, thank you for allowing me to acknowledge this kind of thing, that it is a part of life in every kind of way. I'm not dulled out, numbed out from the senses by my conditioning environment that may cause me to become distracted and not so tapped into that kind of leveling of an experience. You know, many people think, oh, you know, when you do cards, that's like using, you know, this is a divination tool of witchery or whatever, if you want to judge it or whatever the case may be. I don't need the cards to read, but you know what I mean, they're nice tools to use to help you to get through and also simplify a lot of the things that are happening on a healing level that is so super divine. You know, just tapping into the sense of self and allowing the penetration of all that is being received to you through you. You are a vessel of circuits that are circuiting all around. You are frequency, you are vibration, you are energy, you are a being that is operating this vessel that is the illusion. You know, you are more than this, you know, body, this constitution, except this with wisdom and stuff. So you know, allow yourself to want to understand better, for your overstand, so that it doesn't become so overwhelming for you in these kind of experiences. This is the truth, you know. So if it's happening to you, do not be afraid of, you know, the molecular structures that are outside happening that is triggered through the bonds that happen within you. These atoms, these molecules, these bindings, this star, this, you are by far, you know, connected. I release all fears and doubts. You know, I know what my soul is all about. It's infinite. It's more than I understand it to be, but I'm going and I'm traveling inner deep for the reflection of me, because this is part of my abundance. This is part of my life. To rid myself of everything toxic and conditioned that has made me not be able to further deepen my own connection with self. The moon reveals to me the things that I need to release that exist within me for my own perseverance. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We are extraordinary. There's balance. I'm going to end this with a meditation card. I'm just going to randomly shuffle. It's just, these meditation cards are exercises to focus the mind, to allow you to further connect for your own balance, alchemy, and just are you listening? Learn to listen. Wow. I can't make this shit up. Learn to listen. Listening accounts for at least half of our daily communication. Meditating on the conversations of the day is a good way to enhance our powers of attentiveness. Before you go to bed each night, spend 5 minutes recalling a dialogue from that day. Try to recapture in your mind all the nuances and tone of the speaker. Try to recall the speaker's body language. Remind yourself that listening is far more than simply hearing. It's all about attention to detail. But you see what I mean? And this picture right here is kind of like what I was trying to explain about the amplifying. These energies that exist beneath the veil, that exist, that may cause our ears to go. Beautiful. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope these messages resonate and help you on your journey at this time. If you have any questions for me, feel free to contact me. Let's communicate. Let's open up the passageways, the doorways, the bridge, the rainbow bridge of communication, so that we can continue with our evolutionary, our elevations, our evolution of elevations, and, you know, support and love and kindness and just, you know, supporting one another on this journey. It's not easy to feel like, you know, you're alone in certain aspects of your own life, even though there are many things that you have to reflect on and deal with on your own. It's nice to tune in with, you know, your soul tribe and family at this time. So, you know, Chantress the Babbler, that is I, on this evolutionary high. Thank you for tuning in. I absolutely love you. I want to say thank you again, a personal thank you, for my channel is actually growing, like, you know, and I don't want to get emotional, but I will. You know, I'm almost reaching 10,000 views. I would like to gather some more subscribers too, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, my blog is almost at 500,000 views. I just want to thank all of you for that. My Instagram is doing great as well. I am just very, very thankful. I truly am. I just really am thankful at this time. For my creativity is bursting to life, and to feel supported in that way, as I continue, you know, my own evolutionary wave of rain. I just, you know, I'm thankful for my own intuition to just continue to push through, you know, for it has not been an easy journey to get myself to this place, this space that allows me to communicate in the way that I do, because, you know, I did not have the support that we would always want to have, you know, in the labor that we give when we believe in our own selves. So, you know, believe in yourself, and, you know, for your own personal growth, just believe in yourself. Believe, continue to strive to persevere, you know, it's a gift in itself. So with that being said, I just want to thank all of you for tuning in and for, you know, tapping in and just being this great source of support and love, you know. So thank you. Thank you. I do want to celebrate, and I do want to like do something nice for all of you too. So I'm thinking I'm whipping up some stuff. I'm just, you know, working on a lot of things right now too. So if you have any ideas to, like, you know, share them, like, you know, how has this channel been helpful for you in your own growth and abundance at this time, and just offering you the spirituality of, you know, intuitive guidance, and just, you know, what has resonated with you, whether it's here on my blog, you know, this communication is strong, this bond. So yeah, I just want to thank you all, seriously. Thank you. May this channel continue to be protected, divinely protected and guided and supported and loved, and, you know, as you encourage me to continue on this creative spree, I encourage thee to follow your own dreams as well. So thank you guys, for love travels and transforms in every kind of way, offering balance and support and alignment. Thank you. Namaste.